A new interactive exhibit is touring the country. It features stories of Christian service and highlights the needs of the less fortunate. I recently had the chance to speak with Catholic Charities about their mobile People of Hope Museum. Joining me now to tell us more about the museum is Kevin Brennan, Vice President for Communications at Catholic Charities USA. Thank you so much for coming on. First, can you tell us how this museum got its start?
Sure. Well, thank you so much for having me, Veronica. Really, the museum got its start. The Lilly Endowment invited Catholic Charities USA to apply for a grant through its Christian Storytelling Initiative. And we kind of put our heads together here of, what story would we like to tell? And ultimately, it was the story of the people, the men and women of the Catholic Charities Network, staff and volunteers, and the profound and merciful service work that they perform day in and day out, but to tell the story through their perspective, which is a bit of a change from how we would normally do it, to show the rest of us around the country the profound impact that this service has, not only on the one being served, but on the person doing the service.
What are some of the unique features of the exhibit, and what are people saying to you once they see it?
Sure. So the museum has a number of components. The cornerstone really are these stories that I referred to, real stories of real human beings in a moment in time when they helped someone else who was going through the most difficult, moment in their year or maybe even their life, and how that moment impacted both of them. So those are video stories that you can watch inside the museum. There's also a poverty simulator where you assume a persona, let's say parents with a disabled child who are living in poverty, and you have to go through the daily and weekly decisions that those folks make, people who are living on the margins, and experience the types of decisions they make, and you kind of grow in your understanding and empathy for people living in poverty through the simulation. There is a learning library with excerpts from books on service and belonging and Christian service from authors like Arthur Brooks and Oprah Winfrey and Seth Kaplan and Matthew Desmond. Of course, we also hope the museum inspires people to act. And so there are ways in which you can sign up to volunteer for your local Catholic Charities agency wherever you are across the country.
It's very informational and also interactive. And of course, the hope is for people to want to get involved. Where is it heading next?
Really, we're going to be all over the country for the next 2.5 years. You can visit peopleofhope.us to learn more about the museum. You can sign up for alerts to learn about when the museum will be near you, and you can browse the whole tour schedule. We've got the schedule built out for the rest of 2026, and then soon we'll be updating it with dates for 2027 as well.
Fantastic. Kevin Brennan, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.